This video is focused on thoracic mobility. So this is the thoracic mobility series. Thoracic mobility is important for things such as posture, throwing sports, overhead hitting sports such as volleyball, or sports where you're swinging a club or a bat such as golf or baseball. So the first exercise in thoracic mobility is going to involve a foam roller. We're going to work on a little bit of the thoracic mobility or the thoracic extension going in the backward direction. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your foam roller and you're going to want to start that foam roller about in the middle of your back. And you're going to want to take your arms, put them behind your head. Your goal is to try to reach down to the floor. And you're going to let yourself settle down for about 3 to 5 seconds. And you're going to repeat that about 3 to 5 times. Then you're going to let the foam roller move up a little bit into your back, and you're going to repeat the same thing. Your goal is to try to let your head and your arms get back towards the floor. One thing that's important to note is that if you watch my hips stay flat on the floor or stay settled on the floor so they're not coming up as I'm going back. So you don't want to see this. You want to keep your hips settled on the floor as you let your shoulders and your head sink back. Now, sometimes people prefer to let their arms come back on the floor, lift their hips, and let their hips sink down. Either technique is appropriate, just as long as you're focused on keeping one side settled on the floor and letting the other side move freely. So when you're down with that foam roller there, the next thing we're going to work on is a trunk rotation. So laying on your back with your knees together, you're going to let your feet rock side to side. So what you can do for this exercise here, arms out to the side, feet together, let the knees roll to one side, and then back to the other. You're going to repeat that for about 20 times to each side. Maybe spend a little more time focused on the side that may be stiffer than another. The next exercise we're going to get to is the open book. So you're going to be in a very similar position. This time you're just going to start with your feet already rolled to the side and your body on your side, and then you're going to open up your upper body and your arms to work on the thoracic mobility. From this view, it looks like this. You're going to start on your side, hands out in front of you like this, keeping your knees in place. You're going to open up your arms until your shoulder blade touches the ground on the back side. For a different view of this one, if we come to this side here, facing into the camera, we're going to open up away until our shoulder blades touch on the back side. Trying to keep the knees together and the knees on the floor or the thighs on the floor. Now, one thing you can do to make this exercise a little bit more challenging is you can cross the top leg over the bottom leg, and that holds your hips down and makes it more of a stretch as you open up. For a backside view of that exercise, you're going to perform that about 20 repetitions to each side, and you're going to move on to the next exercise. So the next exercise is going to be an airplane on the hands and knees. So what you're going to do is you're going to put your hands directly underneath your shoulders with your knees directly underneath your hips. You're going to take one hand, put it on the back of your head. And with that position there, you're going to try to open up the thoracic spine and point the elbow towards the ceiling. Do that 10 times to one side and then switch. and then you're gonna go 10 times the other side. The last exercise in this routine is gonna involve one of these Swiss balls, these fitness balls. So what you're going to do with this exercise is you're going to lay back on the ball. You're going to try to bring the back of your head and your hands to touch the ball up here at the top. And you want to try to keep the bottom of your tailbone attached to the ball at the bottom. And with those two attached, you're going to sit down towards the floor and then rock yourself back up. And then sit down towards the floor and then rock yourself back up. "10 to 20 times with that exercise, and you've completed the thoracic mobility series.